much as a warning. Life hangs in the balance. Human endeavor turns to chaos. And within seconds, nothing will ever be the same. Ever. We inhabit a universe of physical laws where destruction is inevitable. Cameras capture the drama in Greece, where 2 million gallons of volatile chemicals explode in a series of spectacular fireballs. A BMX freestyler's daring jump ends in chaos when the rider plummets off a 50-foot cliff. Hold on for the ride of your life. Things are about to be destroyed in seconds. Summer 2006. A fire breaks out at a Greek chemical storage facility. Fire crews rush to the scene, where 42 tanks hold 1/3 of the nation's stockpile of industrial liquids. Nearly 4 million gallons of flammable chemicals, including solvents, thinners, and plasticizers, are in danger of exploding. Foam and water-dropping aircraft join in on the firefighting effort. As the chemicals inside begin to boil, vapor is produced and pressure builds. Until some of the tanks literally blow sky high. As the metal casing cracks, the escaping vapor produces enough thrust to launch these 90,000-gallon tanks 100 feet in the air. But the drama is just beginning. Because these chemicals are highly flammable, the released vapor clouds cause secondary explosions. The massive fireballs generate an even larger black cloud that engulfs the town in toxic fumes. It takes 19 hours, but the combined efforts of 180 firefighters finally bring the blaze under control. 20 storage tanks are completely incinerated. One man suffers minor injuries. A year-long investigation reveals that the tanks were not up to code, and that the company was operating them under falsified licenses. October 2005. Central America is under siege. Tropical winds, warm ocean water, and low air pressure combine to unleash Hurricane Stan. One of the hardest hit places is the Chiapas region of Mexico, where thousands are forced to flee their homes. But for many residents, their problems are just beginning. Even though the hurricane has moved on, torrential rains cause water levels to quickly rise in the city of Tapachula. Within minutes, a once tranquil river turns into a torrent of destruction. The debris-filled water becomes an unstoppable force in this city of 200,000 people. Everything from pieces of homes to trees to vehicles of every kind succumb to the current. Power is knocked out as light poles are undermined and sparks fly. This bridge is no match for the deluge. Rushing water picks up a large freight container, then slams it against the overpass. A trailer ripped from a big rig crashes into the pylon. Moments later, the bridge railing topples under the relentless pressure. With bridges and roads wiped out, thousands of residents are cut off from life-sustaining services. Surging water overtakes homes and storefronts. The city, famous for its scenic coffee plantations, is now littered with smashed cars and buses. The water and danger finally subside, but the effects of Hurricane Stan will remain for generations. In addition to the lives lost, damages in Mexico top $1 billion. More than 2,200 homes are destroyed. In the aftermath of this disaster, the Mexican government earmarks $200 million for reconstruction and relocation of the Chiapas region. New homes will be built closer to vital services and will have improved road access. Josh Bender is known as the son of freeriding. He may not have invented this no-boundary sport, but he has brought it to new heights. In freeriding, the higher the heights, the bigger the falls. Josh always manages to walk away. But after this 50-foot drop, there'll be no getting up, let alone walking away. Josh pulls too hard on the handlebars, causing the front of his bike to rise. Unable to correct, he ditches his bike just feet from the ground. Josh's right ankle smashes into the earth. His torso crumbles on the unforgiving dirt. His body goes limp, and he rolls helplessly down the rocky hillside.
I had that thing.
No, buddy, you don't
Let your helmet off.
Just let me lay here.
In excruciating pain, Josh is helped to his feet and into a truck. He's rushed to the closest hospital, 45 minutes away. In addition to a shattered ankle, Josh also fractures one vertebrae. He fully recovers, but at the cost of 2 surgical rods in his back. Due to his fearless approach and enthusiasm for the sport, Josh is back jumping a year after this crash. San Juan, Argentina. Turismo Carretera, or TC, is the Argentinian version of NASCAR and the oldest active car racing series in the world. It's a 1998 race at the Circuito El Zonda, a 2-mile track that challenges stock car drivers with its tight curves and sudden dips. Competing today is veteran racer Ernesto Bessone. Having driven in over 400 races, Bessone's taken a lot of fast curves, but he hasn't experienced anything like this. end of the race, Bisone has one hand on the shift and one hand on the steering wheel as he takes the infamous under-the-bridge curve. The centrifugal force of this quick corner proves to be more than his steering hand can handle. Bisone smashes into the underside of the bridge at 118 miles per hour. The car flips sideways and rolls 7 3/4 times before coming to a rest. Rescue workers rush to the car and struggle to free the trapped racer. Bisone emerges and climbs over the roof. An ambulance rushes him to the hospital, where he's later released without any injuries. But his car sustains $10,000 worth of damage. In addition to his carbon fiber chassis, Bisone credits his car's seat for saving his life, saying its side protectors stabilized his head while the car rolled. April 2002, Chandler, Arizona. Michelle Updegraff is one of the few female top fuel hydro racers in the United States. She's at this IHBA drag race, hoping to do the quarter mile in less than 5 seconds. But her boat won't even make it to the finish line. As Michelle accelerates, her boat starts rocking on its sponsons. The sponsons are the pontoon-shaped pods on either side of the hull. Just seconds into the race, the boat flips over 2.5 times. The force of the impact sends the gas tank flying. Move in to retrieve Michelle's safety pod. She suffers a few broken ribs and some scrapes and bruises. The cost to repair the boat is $20,000. Michelle decides to retire from racing due to financial reasons. It's Thursday afternoon near Chicago's North Shore. This neighborhood restaurant is filled with customers. Surveillance cameras record customers considering their lunch options, when the best option is to run. Chaos ensues as a nearly 2-ton car smashes through the deli's front window. The vehicle slides into the front counter, trapping one person underneath. The 94-year-old woman behind the wheel continues to step on the gas. A cloud of dust and smoke rises from the wreckage. The driver was headed for a parking space when she hit the gas instead of the brakes. The woman trapped under the car is extricated and taken to the hospital along with 8 other people. Fortunately, no one is killed in the accident, and the injured customers are released from the hospital that evening. As for the driver, she walks away from the scene, but not from the law. She's charged with negligent driving, failure to reduce speed, and driving on the sidewalk. Family man Paul Sagehorn has an inner daredevil. In his spare time, this husband and father of 3 jumps dirt bikes. His ramps are all self-built and his skills self-taught. At his first public performance, Paul flawlessly soars over 11 vehicles spanning 80 feet. A year later, Paul ups the ante at the Monroe County Fair. After an opener by his 8-year-old son, Paul attempts to jump over 15 vehicles totaling 100 feet. Because the run-up is short, he relies on the power of his motorcycle to get him up to speed fast. But the problem is, it's just not fast enough. Overly cautious about riding over loose dirt, Paul hits the ramp at 50 miles per hour, just 2 miles per hour slower than he needs to clear the gap. He uses his body weight to try to lift the bike and grab more air, but he barely makes it to the safety deck, 15 feet short of the landing ramp. The metal deck acts like a springboard, bouncing both bike and rider into the air. Paul vaults over the handlebars and slams down onto his tailbone. Paul breaks his pelvis in 2 places and suffers fractures to his foot and tailbone. Paul attributes the crash to the fact that he did not get up enough speed. He swears this jump is his last. But 9 months later, he jumps the same bike again, 130 feet, and makes it. The short runways on aircraft carriers require steam-powered catapults to launch planes. 2 cylinders, each almost as long as a football field, are positioned under the deck. The catapult officer controls highly pressurized steam that propels 2 pistons down the cylinders. The pistons are connected to a shuttle and tow bar, which launch planes up to 165 miles per hour in 2 seconds. It's a reliable system in use since the 1950s, but it's not foolproof. Without enough steam pressure to forcibly sling a plane to its proper takeoff speed, the aircraft has no chance of achieving lift. This event is known as a cold catapult. This S-3A aircraft is ready for takeoff. Below deck, the catapult officer gives the go-ahead for takeoff, even though the catapult is not at full pressure. Luckily, the pilot activates all 4 ejector seats. Moments later, the plane hits the water and begins to sink. Rescue helicopters are sent into action. The aviators are flown back to the carrier for treatment. In emergency situations like this, the pilot has only seconds to make the right call. Thanks to his quick action, no major injuries occur. The $27 million plane sinks to the bottom of the ocean and is a total loss. I'm Ron Pitts. We'll see you next time on Destroyed in Seconds.